Good morning, everybody. It's Brett, your thankful carnivore. It's Thursday, February the 20th, and this is today's Thankful Carnivore Report. I so appreciate you taking time out of your day to listen to me ramble on about issues around and related to the carnivore way of eating. You can check me out across my social media at thankful.carnivore on Instagram, on Twitter, where the meat-eating savages just run like crazy. Stickman Bleeding, that's STICKMANBLEEDIN. Don't add a G. Facebook, YouTube, Thankful Carnivore. Don't you forget, you could get a 30-minute carnivore coaching session from meatrx.com for under 20 bucks. That's a 30-minute carnivore coaching session from meatrx.com for under 30 bucks. Please check it out. So, the title of today's topic is Sugar Addicted Friends and Family. And I know from discussing this issue with some people privately and seeing some folks talk about it publicly that it's a serious problem. And I can understand that. I am so thankful to God in heaven every day that my wife is on the carnivore train with me, because the potential for conflict, if she wasn't, would be significant. And our marriage has just blossomed as a result of her being on the carnivore train. But in many homes, this is not the case. In many homes, the husband or the wife is not interested. They're more concerned with maintaining their own sugar addiction. And it's a problem for people. And then folks with teenage children who are neck deep in their own sugar addiction. Well, they're not usually very willing to give that addiction up. In most cases, in many cases, I'll say, because I don't think there's been studies done on that exactly yet. One day. And, you know, it's hard for me to watch friends and family members. I mean, my dad's dying. He's at the end of his journey with end-stage renal disease and all from type 2 diabetes. And I'm 1,000 miles away and have not been able to affect any change or even remotely contribute to any of the discussions about what he should or should not be eating. I still think his issues could be reversed if he just stopped consuming poison, or at least greatly improved. And so I can appreciate. I mean, I've got friends, lifelong friends, people I care deeply about. And they're so obese they can't see their feet when they look down. Some of them are sugar addicts and go the carb route. They're carb freaks. One person I know who a few months ago had part of their foot removed went so far as to tell me, I'm just weak. I just can't do what you do. I'm weak. I'm too weak. To which I say, nonsense. You're an addict. You don't want to fight your addiction. There's a difference. Not because you're weak. Anybody can do what I've done. What I do requires no willpower. It requires no special discipline. I was just sick and tired of being sick and tired. And my sanity is so important to me that I'll eat this way regardless. Because sanity's worth it. But for some, the sugar addiction is valued more than losing a part of your body from a diabetic ulcer on your skin. Think about that for a minute. And then I've got other friends who are sugar addicts and from drinking alcohol, from the booze they drink. They're no more, no less a sugar addict than the person binging on ho-hos. They're just choosing alcohol. They get an added bonus. they get to, their body stops burning fat while they're drinking. And some of them start drinking, this one friend I know, he's drinking literally from the time he checks out of work. Or he'll stop at the bar. And I know a lady who does something very similar. First thing after work, gotta have her that that martini. Gotta have that martini. There is no life without the martini after work. And they just get sicker and sicker and sicker. And then, or they're, oh, you can't, I'm old, I have the right to be fat. That's one of the privileges of being older. That's nonsense. It's hard to see these things. It's difficult. So what do we do? What should we, as carnivores, ketogenic people who've decided to take control of our own health, do when we see these things? And, for you, when it's a spouse, my gosh, you can't fight that fight every day. That's not a marriage then. Then it's just a war zone. And no one wants to live like that. So what can we do? Well, number one, we have to take care of ourselves first, because we do them no good if we aren't sticking to our plan. Pure and simple. Take care of you first. Be the example for them to follow. When they're ready, they'll let you know, because they'll start asking questions, or they'll start making observations and complimenting you. I watched it with my wife, my own wife. She saw me go low carb, and after I lost 94 pounds, suddenly she wasn't the skinniest person in the house anymore. And she saw my skin improve. And after I went carnivore, she saw all the improvements to my skin really jumped out at her. And then the calmness that I developed, that zero carb Zen. She observed that up close and from this far away. And she decided, I want to feel that. I want to experience that. And so she began her own journey, which she follows to this day. Be the example. Don't try to browbeat people with it. Don't slap folks upside the head with their own errors every day. Be supportive. I tell my friends who are devout sugar addicts, now I do remind them how foolish it is on occasion, but I also let them know that whenever they're ready, whenever they're sick and tired of being sick and tired, I'll be there to help them eliminate the toxins from their diet when they're ready. Because until they're ready, it's just not going to happen. And for those of you who are dealing with a spouse at home, this is really important. Spend your time and energy wisely. Don't create new tensions. Don't rehash old fights and arguments. Be the example. Because your spouse cannot ignore your healthiness. It's impossible. And take heart. Now, some of you may not win. You're going to have to watch. You're going to have to, your friends and family are not going to accept what you have to say on any level. And you just have to accept it, that you can take the horse to the watering hole, but you can't make him drink. You just can't. And some people, you'll beat your head up against their stubborn, sugar addicted wall, and you'll just wear yourself out. Don't do that. Spend your energy wisely. Do the things you know you need to do to take care of you. Be the example for your husband, your wife, your son, your daughter, your co-workers, your lifelong best friend. Be the example for them to follow. Eat your meat, drink your water, my friends. Do the things you know work for you. And always remember, you've got something to be thankful for. We'll see you all tomorrow. Take care.